Many people in America right now are wanting to either retire or, move abroad.
I like Panama. I can, buy something down here and retire, but the prices really starting to get really expensive in Panama. To live as comfortable as I was back in the United States, rent, utilities, disposable income, you could live really nice down here for about.
Meet Kevin, a retired corporate professional from upstate New York who left it all behind for a better life in Cartagena, Colombia. In this video, he shares why he chose Cartagena over Panama, how he's applying for the digital nomad visa, what life really costs here, and cultural moments that make him want to stay longer. Stick around until the end to hear his honest advice for anyone thinking of making the move. I'm Eric, let's get into it.
What is your name?
Kevin,
Kevin, and where are you from?
upstate New York, United
Awesome.
States.
And where are we now?
We're in Cartagena, Colombia.
What are you doing here in Cartagena?
Well, I quit my corporate job this past December, and I said, you know what? I'm just going to give it up. And my why to come here was for the weather, better food, better quality of life, get exercise. My why was from a health perspective. My why is from a cultural perspective, really, loving the music, loving salsa and bachata, merengue from the other Latin countries as well. But yes, also too, using your resources. The cost of living here is a lot better. I would say to live as comfortable as I was back in the United States, rent, utilities, disposable income, and even being, a little exploratory with your money, you could live really nice down here for about $1,500 a month. For example, there's a gentleman out in the street around the corner from my house that sells fruit every morning. I bought 13 mangoes, 3 oranges, 2 plantanos, and a cantaloupe for like $15. Now calculate that in your grocery stores, everybody who's watching. It's a big difference. And food is really healthier here. There are some products that this country won't let in from America because they have certain chemicals and things in them. So overall, healthy life all the way around. I love salsa music. My former days, I was in the music business. I produced a lot of concerts and brought people from Latin America to the United States. So really familiar with the Spanish language. I've been speaking Spanish for a while.
Where are you currently teaching?
So I teach at Harvard University for a special program, a leadership program. It's a week immersion program. And I also teach an online coaching course, executive coaching course as well. But the word retirement for me, I would never retire. I will always teach. I'll keep my teaching position and also do other projects on the side. But I guess we can use the term retire. I'm retiring from one thing and starting something else.
Could you talk a bit more about the visa situation you're looking at?
Sure. So I've learned there's different types of visas. You can have a business visa. You can come down. I think right today is $32,000. You go through the same thing as America. You open up, in other words, like a LLC. They call it something different here. And you make an investment in a business here. You put the money in the bank, you can get an investment visa. There's also the pension visa. I'll be at that nice age, next year, so I can do the pension visa. There's certain requirements for that. There's also, if you marry a Colombian woman, that's pretty much in any country, right? You can do that, you get married, you get a visa. But I'm pursuing the nomad visa. And the requirements for that are, pretty straightforward. A letter from your job stating that you work there. You do your bank statements to make sure you make, I think it's the amount of 3 minimum salary wages here. And the minimum salary here, the average person makes $350 a month. So it's that times 3. So I guess you say a little over $1,000 a month.
Right.
You can prove that. Have to get your FBI criminal report, get your fingerprints taken and send that report in. And this is what's really slowing me up right now. I didn't realize I had to submit that until after I submitted the application. So I had to go back again, and so I'm waiting for the FBI to send me the report. I actually got an email this morning saying they couldn't read my fingerprint, so I got to do it again. So those are the basic requirements for the nomad visa. Your passport, your photo, your bank statements, the letter from your job, the FBI fingerprint, and the insurance, the proof of insurance. And that would cost me $750 for 1 year. you need insurance. But if I'm not mistaken, the nomad visa is a new thing for Colombia. Only a couple of years or so it's been going on. So this is something new for them in terms of processing the applications. It's a new thing for them in terms of the increase in interest for people wanting the nomad visa. And it really works for me. When I want to, come here, I can, come back and forth as I please once it all comes through and be able to travel around and do what I want to do in my semi-retirement mode. Right now, I'm just, on the regular visa. You can stay for 180 days, but I'm pursuing my nomad visa. In Spanish, it's called nomad visa, but it's a nomad visa where you work online for an American company. And then you can, come back and forth as much as you want for a year. But considering the pension visa next year, when I can, pull my Social Security. So that's another option as well that I'm thinking about.
I've had close friends deal with overpriced lawyers and shady scams in Colombia, and I don't want anyone else to go through that. That's why I want to introduce to you Maria Jose, the one immigration lawyer in Colombia I truly trust to help you avoid this confusion.
My name is Maria Jose. I'm an immigration attorney and real estate attorney here in Colombia.
She has gone above and beyond before I've done anything with her about the retirement visa.
I highly recommend you to contact me before you even come to Colombia. I will let you know what is the paperwork and all the requirements that you need to meet.
She's on the ball, she's quick and really personable, speaks English.
If you have any questions or something that you want to discuss about the process of moving to Colombia, please contact me. I will be happy to help you.
What are the main pull factors of Cartagena?
I'm lucky that I live, right across the street from the beach, right across from the Caribbean Sea. And I joke with people, I said, you ever see that movie? It wasn't called Pirates of the Atlantic. It wasn't called Pirates of the Gulf of Mexico. It was called Pirates of the Caribbean. So that was an attraction for me as well.
What are your favorite things to do here in Cartagena?
Number one top, Cafe Havana. Cafe Havana is a really, really good spot. There are so many music festivals. Going to a jazz festival in September. There are concerts in all of the barrios, like world famous, Latin musicians come here. So this city is just vibrant with music. Indoor festivals, outdoor festivals, beach festivals. For example, last night I went out with a friend. We went to a regular, little building, had 2 floors in it, just regular plastic chairs. But wow, the music was great. Everybody was so warm and welcoming. People knew I wasn't from Colombia, but I speak a little Spanish, so that was cool. And we all started dancing later. It was just a beautiful experience.
What other type of activities do you do for fun?
I love going bowling. I love to walk. Really, really kind of a simple
And
life.
finding bowling alleys here is pretty simple.
There's only one bowling alley in Cartagena. So that was pretty easy to find.
And how was that one?
Oh, it's great. It's great. Got a bunch of lanes and it's just really inexpensive. That's about $30 for 2 hours, plus the shoes. In America, that'd be 3 times as much as that. Prices are really good here. I've dated women from all over the world. So I'm gonna open it up to the planet, even though I'm here right now. And it just really, depends on what you want out of life and the person you're talking to, what they want out of life. And I think if you can come to some common ground on that, it'll be easy. I lived in Japan for a whole year. Like dating culturally there was really different because of the expectations and the rituals and what's expected. Dating in America is a certain way too because of the cultural norms and the trends and what's expected.
Many people in America right now are at the point of wanting to either retire or, move abroad, maybe use the resources they have outside of the US or Canada or wherever they live. Does that describe your situation somewhat?
Somewhat it does. I've been to Puerto Rico. I've been to the Dominican Republic on vacation with friends, new people in those islands. Visited Panama for my buddy's wedding about 7 years ago. I'm like, wow, I like Panama. This might be the spot. I can, buy something down here and retire. But the prices really started to get really expensive in Panama, right? And then I visited Cartagena a few times last year, decided to come down and said, you know what, I'm gonna just go ahead and just go for it. I like the city. Found I had some friends down here who had businesses, so that was another thing that was really attractive. How cool the culture is, how beautiful the people are, the music, the food. Actually reminded me how I grew up in the 60s and 70s in the United States, when music was the focal point and just having fun and laughs and building real experiences together. Do your research on your why. Like sit down, ask yourself why. What do I want out of life and why? and then do your research and figure out what Medellin has to offer, or Bogota, or Cali, or Barranquilla, or what Cartagena has to offer. When you travel anywhere in the world, act like a human being, behave yourself, respect where you are. It's all about respect and curiosity. And the other gateway to learning when you travel is through food and music. Being really curious about where you are.